Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Football Fan Forever and it's time for a preseason highlight video. This will be a little bit jumpy because I basically just want to showcase some of the important plays and big moments from our preseason games. But we've got a lot to take a look at here. There's been plenty of turnover. Our offensive line has got 3 new starters. And the skill positions on offense have added running back Willie Sparks and wide receiver Caaash Hodge. You're going to see Hodge here first on second down as he catches a nice pass from Sam Darnold there. We're playing the Tennessee Titans here at home, and they spent their first round pick on left end Michael Newsome. He's number 91. You see him on the field there for the first quarter here. He's a big, strong run stopper with some pass rush potential. So we'll see how our new look offensive line holds up against him. I didn't really address the offensive line the way I wanted to in the offseason, so we're kind of cobbling it together as we go. But they didn't play too poorly here. Here's an early third down for Darnold, 4 wide, including Hodge. And the pass over the middle is caught by Hodge and he stops short of the marker. But the Jets stay on the field for 4th down. It is preseason and Le'Veon Bell with a lane. He's gone. No one will catch him. It is a 55-yard touchdown run for the veteran running back. And in case you're wondering, Mekhi Becton just overpowered Michael Newsome on that play. I think Becton's going to make a great guard. His strength is unmatched. On the defensive side of the things, we traded Avery Williamson and drafted James Delgado, so our second level is going to look a lot different this year. We also signed cornerback Levi Wallace. Tennessee deep in New York territory here, already in field goal range. Tannehill is still their starting quarterback. As play action looking up the left side, and there's a nice throw in front of Pierre Desir down to the 8. First and goal from the 8. And read option. Tannehill keeps and he will score. He avoided contact and put 7 on the board, so not the best look for our defense in the first quarter here right off the bat, but offense had some highlights. Here's Darnold going deep and Hodge unable to haul that one in. Those are the kinds of plays you'd like to see him make, but he'll make them more often than not. Anyway, there's James Delgado, the left outside linebacker we took at number 6 overall, and he is going to see the field a lot in this year. He's the defensive player with the most upside. I'm super excited about him, and I can't wait to see what he's able to do in our defense. And there's a great catch by Hodge on the left sideline that was challenged, and it stood. Great concentration to keep the feet in bounds. Just a couple more plays in the first quarter here. Here's Le'Veon Bell to the 26. He had a really nice game here in just 1 quarter of play. I mean, a big part of that was his 55-yard touchdown, but Sam Darnold looking really strong. There's the throw to Christopher Herndon inside the 10 down to the 6. Wouldn't read too much into completion percentage here in the preseason. It's not great for any of the quarterbacks, but that was just kind of seeing what kind of plays the receivers could make sometimes too. Here's Darnold on second and goal to the end zone, and it's caught. Caaash Hodge in the back of the end zone, and take a look at this throw from Sam Darnold, putting it right where his receiver could catch it. And New York takes a 14-7 lead. Just a couple more plays for the Tennessee offense here, and there's a nice stop made. Quinnen Williams in the backfield. Second quarter comes around, and it's backups from here on out, but here's Folorunso Fatukasi. He got some playing time with only 3 defensive tackles on the roster here. Later on that drive, Fatukasi again. He looked great on inside runs against this Tennessee backups. He's big and strong and will likely be a factor in our run defense this year. Third and goal from the 9. Philip Walker takes off, and another scrambling touchdown allowed by the New York Jets. Then it's time for LaMarcus Albert. Here he finds Willie Sparks, his fellow rookie, for a gain of 5. And Albert is obviously still pretty raw as a passer. Here he escapes pressure and slides for the first down. That's probably his biggest strength, is his mobility, but he's got a ways to go before he becomes a good quarterback in the NFL. Willie Sparks had a bunch of highlights in the preseason. Nothing insane, but he was very consistent. So you'll likely see some of his better runs here later on in the video. Speaking of runs, Albert, seeing everyone's covered downfield, is able to take off and pick up 16 yards on that carry. But again, he's just not able to always put the ball in the place it needs to. So leaving some points on the board there, but Greg Zerline comes in. He's our acquisition in the special teams area and makes it a 3-point lead for the Jets. Here's Walker again taking off to scramble, and he's met by Blake Cashman after a short gain. Walker moved the ball pretty well against our backup defense, but he had a couple of misfires, like that deep ball beating Brian Poole on the wheel route. Next play, Walker back to pass. And looking up the seam, knocked away by Blake Cashman. Cashman's a rangy middle linebacker. He's not great in run defense, but he more than makes up for it with his range in the pass game. Here's a nice throw from Albert to Josh Doxton as the first half is coming to a close here. Jets want to get one more play off, and they do. Albert taking a shot, and that's intercepted. That throw mostly on the mark, but not quite where his receiver could get it. And we go to halftime tied at 17. Third quarter starts, Tennessee ball. There's a nice move, juked out rookie linebacker Kel Kohler. But the defense made some plays too. Here's an RPO, and that's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the pick six. That was one of our best defensive plays from this game. Great job by the young cornerback, as he made some nice plays in the preseason. Just jumping the route here, and it's a 24-17 New York lead. Our defense continued to make some plays against the run game. There's Blake Cashman meeting Williams in the backfield. A little bit later on, Tennessee will tie the game. A nice run there, great blocking downfield. As the offense gets the ball back, Marcus Albert's still in the game. We only had 2 quarterbacks at this point in the preseason. I didn't see any on the free agent market that I really liked. So it'll be Albert for the rest of the way here, mostly focusing on short and intermediate passes, and those even weren't guaranteed things. He misses one there. He's got a lot of work to do before he's a polished passer. And another miss, looking for Denzel Mims there. 3rd and 10. Albert back to pass, stepping up in the pocket, and there's some green and the first down. And third rush for Albert. All 3 result in first downs. As he's back to the air, firing short for Denzel Mims, who turns upfield and finishes strong. Some of our backup wide receivers had good performances, and Mims certainly helped this case. Here's Willie Sparks. He's only 5'8". He can just fit through some really small holes on the offensive line. And he still runs with good pad level too, so. Later on, 2nd and 5, Albert on the move, looking to the end zone, and that one is just out of the reach of Ryan Griffin. A little bit better throw, and that was 6 points. 3rd and 5, next play, again looking to the end zone, and that is off the mark for Lawrence Kager. So 2 straight misses from Albert kill the drive. New York adds 3 with just over a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. James Elgato still on the field. What a play. He broke up the RPO and came across and finished the tackle there. He can make plays in every part of the game. Wasn't really getting a lot of pressure in this game, but it's only a matter of time with 90 finesse moves. Meanwhile, our pass defense against Philip Walker, with the exception of the interception, he was just able to tear us apart. It was a little bit frustrating because he's got similar accuracy numbers to LaMarcus Albert, but he was significantly more consistent at all areas of the field. Here's a 3rd down stop. Tennessee ties the game, and Willie Sparks cutting upfield Good blocking on that one and a nice finish to the run. He had a solid game for us. Most of his snaps came against backups, but at the same time, he was clearly overmatching him. Second and 4 a little bit later. Albert looking short. There's Lawrence Kager across midfield. He's 6'5" and quickly became one of my favorite targets in the preseason here. Here's Walker. He lost the football, and that will be picked up by Tennessee. Jordan Willis had a shot, but Kel Kohler forcing the fumble. It's unfortunate it wasn't recovered by the Jets. Tennessee with a 30-27 lead. Here's Addison with a burst of speed. His best kickoff return to give the Jets a shot at a game-tying field goal. It all comes down to this 4 seconds on the clock. Albert back to throw. He's got a pretty good arm, and he's not able to get this one off. Philip Hall with the sack. That will do it for the first game, a 30-27 loss. As Green Bay is our next opponent, we're at home again. That's Eric Armstead on the stop. He made plenty of plays in the run game. As Aaron Rodgers doing Aaron Rodgers things to our starting pass defense here. That was a great throw. And with no safety help in the middle of the field, it's a big play for Green Bay. Run defense rallying though. Eric Armstead again meeting Williams at the 33. And Green Bay is unable to get points on their first drive. Darnold off play action looking deep. There's Breshad Perryman. Great throw into coverage. It's a gain of 24. I tried a lot of play actions in the preseason, and it mostly seemed to work. When there was time, we were making some really nice plays down the field. There's Christopher Herndon with a nice grab. He'll be our starting tight end this year. Second and inches. Handoff goes to Le'Veon Bell. There wasn't a lot of room to run against this Packers front in the first half here. However, their running game certainly didn't seem to be slowed down all that much. We made some nice plays, but Aaron Jones. Rodgers again to the air, firing up the left side, and what a hit! Marcus May jarring that one out of Devontae Adams' grasp. That was a really nice play. And another pass breakup. That time, it's Blasson Austin. Green Bay puts 3 on the board. A minute 12 to go in the first. As Sam Darnold heads to the air. He's got time and finds Jamison Crowder over the middle into Packer territory. And Rodgers off play action, and a nice play by Pierre Desir to stick with Devontae Adams. A little bit later, it's Jets football again. More play action. Darnold looking to the right side. There's Jamison Crowder to the 31-yard line. Darnold moved the ball pretty well through the air in this game. He had a very impressive set of throws. As here's Breshad Perryman. They mark him down at the 1. It looked like he got into the end zone, but they blew the play dead before he finished it. Third and goal. Feeling pressure from the right. Darnold rolls out and off the hands of Perryman in the end zone. Jets have to settle, but Sam Darnold made plenty of throws. He wasn't missing bad ones. The misses were on me. As our run defense rallies, Patrick Onwuasor, the first one there. Nate Shepard helping finish the play. Maybe one more drive for this offense as Breshad Perryman gets open underneath, running away from Jaire Alexander to the 39-yard line. 3rd and 1. Darnold rolling out to his right, firing on the move, and lucky that wasn't picked. He had Crowder wide open, but pressure in his face. As Green Bay gets one more chance at scoring points here, as that one's nearly picked off. Backups are in the second half. Here's Willie Sparks with great blocking ahead of him. Excellent burst through the hole. I really like what we've got in Willie Sparks. I think he's a starting caliber running back if that's something we need. And another good throw from Albert here. That one with pressure in his face. He had his misses, but he also surprised me with some of the plays that he made. Here's read option. Handoff goes to Sparks, and again, good blocking and excellent speed getting into the 3rd level there. Willie Sparks performed quite well. Late 3rd and 9 later on to the end zone, and that's caught! Lawrence Cager. What a throw by LaMarcus Albert, finding his 6'5" wide receiver. As that was just good separation there. New York takes their first lead. The Packers' backup quarterback is Jordan Love. Here he is taking a deep shot, testing rookie Stephen Donnelly, and Donnelly is equal to the task. He made some nice plays in coverage. He was usually in position to make a play on the ball or the receiver. As Albert heads to the air later on, there's a catch by Lawrence Cager for the first down. Here's a punter highlight for you. Braden Mann from inside his own 35-yard line, booming this one out the back of the end zone. That's out of bounds at the 2. Jordan Love in the shotgun a little bit later on. Packers 93 yards to go. The pump fake freezes the coverage long enough to catch them off guard and fire over the middle for the first down. Nice play there. A little bit later on in that drive, Love again in the shotgun. He's back to pass, firing up the right sideline, and Donnelly again knocking it away. Great play by the young safety. 3rd and 10. Love with bunch formation to his left. He's back to pass. Blitz is brought. It's picked up. Firing up the left side. And that is caught! Brian Poole got beat on the wheel route. And that's a big first down for Green Bay. Later on inside the red zone. Firing to the back of the end zone. Knocked away. Vince Beagle, the right outside linebacker, getting back in coverage that time. 3rd and 7. Blitz is brought. It's picked up. And outside, Donnelly is there, unable to prevent the completion, but able to keep them from moving the sticks. That'll be a 4th and 1. And Green Bay is going to go for this. Love back to pass. Blitz is brought, and Love counters with a touchdown pass. So Green Bay retakes the lead. It's 13-10. As Albert hands off to Sparks, who had another nice gain there on first down. 2nd and 2. Albert out of the shotgun. Rolling to his right. Firing to Griffin, who can't hang on. That was a nice throw. Too bad he couldn't hang on to it. As Willie Sparks with another lane. Runs over a man in the secondary and will pick up first down yardage. Averaged almost 6 yards a carry at this point in the game. As Albert goes 5 wide on 3rd and 8. Griffin in the slot to the right. Blitz is brought. Albert counters. There's Lawrence Cager inside the 25 down to the 22. Great throw by the young quarterback under pressure. With the game tied at 13, here's a late 3rd and inches at the 2-minute warning. Handoff goes to Williams. He'll have first down yardage and more, breaking a tackle to the 35-yard line before he's spun down. Great run there to put the Packers at the edge of field goal range. 1st and 10 with just over a minute to go. Play action for Jordan Love. Everyone's covered downfield. He bounces off one sack attempt, and down he goes. Bryce Huff the first one there. That will put Green Bay back at the edge of field goal range, but they're able to convert. So 12 seconds to go. Time for maybe 2 plays. From his own 11-yard line, Albert is intercepted. Jaire Alexander on the field late in this one. He will seal the victory for the Green Bay Packers. Game number 3 sees us square off against Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys. This is a great litmus test for our team because our very first game of this series, we got destroyed by Dallas. Now here's a chance to play against their starters for 3 quarters. And I have to say, I liked how our offense looked early on in this one. There's another catch for Kadarrell Hodge. As Darnold under pressure, firing up the middle. There's Griffin with first down yardage into Dallas territory. Darnold starting 3 of 3 for 29 yards in this one. Here's a 3rd and 4. Again, blitz is brought, and there's Doxton breaking away down to the 14-yard line. Nice completion there, as now New York will go hurry up. They see something they want to try and take advantage of in the defensive front. As Darnold fires over the middle, there's Hodge inside the 5, and he's taken down at the 2. I gave Willie Sparks the start at running back because I wanted to see what he did against an NFL defense. Here he is from 1 yard out on the stretch. Will put New York up 7-0. A great opening drive for this offense. Dak Prescott would take over down 7. And down he goes. It's the first sack for James Delgado in this preseason. He beat Tyron Smith on the speed rush there. Able to wrap up Dak Prescott. Great play by the rookie outside linebacker. As that'll make it 3rd and 11. Prescott with time firing to the right side. There's Gallup with a great catch and a first down for the Cowboys. Next play, Prescott under center in the I formation. He's back to pass. And down he goes again. Eric Armstead getting in on the action with the sack of his own. As that will put the Cowboys behind the sticks. 3rd and 8 later on that drive. New York showing 5. They bring 6. And Prescott goes down again. Guess who? It's James Delgado. His 2nd of the game. As that's a great look from this defense. You'd like to see the pass rush increase, and 3 sacks in 1 drive is nothing to sneeze at. Here's rookie wide receiver Harvey Addison returning punts. He starts on his own 5, spinning away from tacklers, and will be stopped at the 24-yard line. It's a return of 18. That will set the offense on their own 24. Darnold from under center, deep drop, looking up the middle of the field. There's Jamison Crowder in space. He's inside Dallas territory to the 35-yard line. Great catch and run by the veteran wide receiver. The New York Jets drive stalls, but here's Greg the Leg for a 49-yard attempt indoors, and this will be through the uprights for a 10-0 New York lead. This is the opposite of what happened the last time these two teams played. But you can't count out the Cowboys for too long. Here's Ezekiel Elliott with the carry. There's a nice first down for the star running back. He led the league in rushing last year as Dallas came up just 1 game short of winning the Super Bowl. As Dak Prescott to the left sideline, what a grab. C.D. Lamb, the 2nd-year wide receiver, making the catch at the 31-yard line. Our pass defense struggled when we weren't getting pressure up front. When Prescott had time to throw, he was really able to stretch the field, and that's partially due to Dallas's talented wide receiver core and partially due to the fact that our secondary still has a lot of improvement. However, there were some plays that were made, such as this one. Bradley McDougald off the blitz, able to knock that one down and force a Dallas kick right before the 2-minute warning. Only 1 or 2 more plays before halftime here. Sam Darnold taking a deep shot for Brashad Perryman. One-on-one coverage, and Perryman can't haul that one in. In the preseason, you got to take your shots and see if your guys are able to make plays. Here in the 3rd quarter, time for Darnold. He finds Kadarrell Hodge down to the 25-yard line. Darnold was fairly effective passing the ball in this one. He was able to stretch the field, and our offensive line gave him time to go through his progressions. That was something we did not have last year. As Darnold rolling out to his left will fire inside the 5. There's Jamison Crowder down to the 4. A nice gain there, and not a throw that Darnold may have made last year. New York adds 3 with 7.5 minutes to go. Here's a heavy blitz. Bradley McDougald sacking Dak Prescott at the 17. A good game from Zeke makes it 3rd and 3. Chance for the Jets defense to get out the field, but Prescott finds his big tight end, and Basan Austin can't make the stop. It's another Dallas first down. Still, we've held Dallas to only 10 points so far, which is a sign of how far this defense has come. Prescott, deep play action. He's looking to the right sideline for Gallup. It's caught at the 11! A 44-yard connection. What a play. I love that throw. As Dallas, a few plays later, setting up for a field goal attempt. They want to take the lead. It's a fake. And down goes Dalton. Pierre Desir was not fooled. After New York punt, Prescott again off play action. He bounces off McDougald and fires to the right sideline. That's a gain of 4 after it looked like a loss for sure. As that will take us to the 4th quarter. Backups in for the rest of the way here. Andy Dalton is still the backup quarterback here in Dallas. As that pass is dropped, here's 3rd and 6. With time, he'll fire short for his tight end, who's denied the first down. Blake Cashman shaken up on the play, though he would return. As it's the LaMarcus Albert show for the Jets, and he's going to escape pressure on first down and slide after a gain of 13. After an incomplete pass, it's 2nd and 10. Albert out of the shotgun, motioning in his receiver, Mims. He's back to pass and looks to the left. A floater from Mims, who's got room to run, and another Jets first down. Gain of 15. Albert is definitely better at short to intermediate ranges, as here he is out play action looking downfield, and that passes behind Doxton. After a New York punt, it's 3rd and 2 for the Cowboys, firing over the middle, and the catch is made down to the 36-yard line. Andy Dalton picking up right where Dak Prescott left off, with success off play action attacking the middle and deep parts of this field. This time he looks left, and the play is made by Brian Poole to knock that pass away. 3rd and 4. Time for Dalton. Pressure incoming. He fires to the back of the end zone. It's caught! And it's touchdown celebration time for the Cowboys. They take a 17-13 lead. Just over 3 minutes to go as LaMarcus Albert takes over. He'll fire over the middle. There's Josh Doxson inside Cowboy territory to the 43-yard line. We pick up right there. Albert with a deep drop. He looks to the left, fires for Lawrence Cager, who will fight ahead to the 35-yard line. Will go down inbounds so the clock keeps running. At the 2-minute warning now. Handoff goes to Willie Sparks. He's got a lane. You could have driven a truck through that. And Sparks with the first down to the 22. And with less than 2 minutes to go, you can start taking shots at the end zone here. Albert back to pass. Looking for Griffin. It's caught! Touchdown Jets, and they've got the lead. But maybe they scored with too much time left. There's still a minute and a half on the clock, and Dallas has all 3 timeouts. Dalton fires up the seam on 2nd down. That will take us inside a minute, and Dallas does not use their first timeout. So the clock continues to run. Dalton heads back to the air, stepping up. No one is open, and down he goes. It's Vince Beagle with the sack. And with 30 seconds left, Dallas calls their first timeout. Some horrible clock management there. As 7 seconds later, they've used their second timeout. It's 3rd and 9. Dalton firing over the middle. He's got his running back out of the backfield. He'll be tackled at the 40. And with 10 seconds to go, Dallas uses their final timeout. So this will bring out the field goal unit for a 57-yard attempt. The kicker has been iced, and the kick is no good. It was both wide left and short. So New York triumphs in this one 20-17. And that will take us to our final preseason game against the Kansas City Chiefs. If there's ever a quarterback to test your secondary, it's Patrick Mahomes, as he fires to the right side in front of Levi Wallace for a gain of 12. Next play, it's 2nd and 8. Mahomes again out of the shotgun. He's back to pass. And he'll check it down to his running back, who lost the football! Pierre Desir has it, and the Jets have a turnover. And guess who knocked that one out is rookie outside linebacker James Delgado. He drops back into coverage on this one, and he's able to make a huge hit that jars the ball loose. Let's take another look at this. And that's about as clean of a forced fumble as you can expect, as it's 1st and 10 Jets from the 43-yard line of Kansas City. Off play action, Darnold looking deep for Crowder, and it's caught at the 13-yard line. A great opening sequence for both sides of the football. However, a Sam Darnold interception would negate that, as Tyreek Hill won't go anywhere. It's Quincy Wilson on the stop there. Starters are out for the Jets. They got one series on both sides of the ball, as Earl Callahan bounces off Mahomes, able to fire downfield for Kelsey, and it's out of bounds. A great play for the Chiefs that ultimately didn't count. But regardless, they're able to march down the field, starting from the 13-yard line here. The slant to Hill is caught, and he's down at the 1. It's 1st and goal Chiefs. Mahomes under center. And he's back to pass, blitz off the edge, gets there, the ball is loose, it's picked up by the Chiefs, and Mitchell Schwartz rumbles in. It's a big man touchdown. The right tackle able to make up for allowing the sack and dragging a couple defenders with him into the end zone. Who doesn't like to see an offensive lineman score? It's 7-0 Kansas City as LaMarcus Albert hands off to Boston Scott. He's our third running back, and he's got a skill set that will make him useful on third downs. He reminds me of Austin Eckler with a little bit more speed. It's 3rd and 1 a short while later as Albert escapes the pressure and slides after a gain of about 5. That will take us to the second quarter here. 1st and 20 after a holding call. Albert to the air, and down he goes. Darius Philon on the sack. We had trouble with him all day. But here's a punting highlight for you. Braden Mann in the game on 4th and 32 as he gives one a ride, and it's out at the 6, continuing his strong preseason. So this being the second quarter, backups are in for the Chiefs as well, and bouncing off a couple of tackles to the outside is a gain of 14 for Williams. Great run there, good block. Backup quarterback for the Chiefs. He goes 5 wide and knocked away. Blake Cashman in coverage. I was very impressed with his preseason. 3rd and 1, looking to the outside, and that will be close, and they will mark him short. Ashton Davis, the backup safety, had a really solid game against the Chiefs. 3rd and 8 a short while later. Albert back to pass, looking downfield for Mims, and it's caught in Chief territory to the 46-yard line. That was a nice throw and a good job by Mims staying inside on his route. 1st and 10 handoff goes to Willie Sparks, and he'll have a gain of about 8. I really like what I saw from Sparks this preseason. Albert was inconsistent, but Sparks was as good as they come. Short while later, there's a throw down the middle to Griffin, down to the 12-yard line. Nice completion there. Jets add 3, and it's back to the defensive side of things. Here's Williams. He slices his way to the right, makes a man miss, hits the gas. There's one man to beat, and Pierre Desir can't take him down. It's a 75-yard touchdown for Williams. What a play. It was well blocked, and he made one man miss, and he was gone. With their 14-3 lead, it's Barkley with time, is running out, and down he goes. Vince Beagle on the stop. Another sack for the veteran outside linebacker. And that leads to, we're in the 3rd quarter now, that's Mason Rudolph on the field, and down he goes, Darius Philon again. His 2nd sack of the day. Chuma Edoga and George Fant both getting beat regularly by him in pass protection, as it's 2nd and 17. Rudolph signed earlier this week. He'll go up the seam for Doxton, and it's caught at the 28-yard line. What a grab, and what a throw into a tight window. 1st and 10 from the 17 a short while later. Rudolph with time, firing to the end zone. It's caught. Denzel Mims with the grab. He was wide open. And the New York Jets are starting to mount a comeback. They'll go for 2 here to try and make it a 3-point game. Balaj on the call, and he barrels his way into the end zone. So 14-11. How often do you see that score? The Jets get the ball back. Here's Balaj. We didn't see a whole lot of him last year, and it wasn't necessarily in a way that allowed us to really see his strengths as a north-south runner. So he'll probably be the 4th running back on our team, but he has his moments, and he's a really good power back. As Blake Cashman makes another stop. He was great in this game. Just before the end of the 3rd quarter, here's Barkley to throw, and the pass deflection by Kamal Martin will take us into the 4th quarter. 3rd and 7. Barkley back to pass, rolling to his left, and down he goes. It's Vince Beagle again, meeting Barkley for the 2nd time and forcing a field goal attempt. Rudolph still in the game at quarterback. He didn't look too bad in this game, as he'll fire over the middle. There's Josh Doxton, who was very active in this one. Rudolph starts 7 of 10 for 73 yards in the score. First and 10 from the 41, handoff to Balazs. He's got blocking and falls ahead into Chief territory. Another great gain, and honestly, this offensive line blocked really well in the run game. As Rudolph down the middle, there's Griffin inside the 25 to the 23. Great play there. And the offense stays on the field for a 4th and 5 later on. Rudolph firing, and that will be caught by Mims at the 10-yard line. The drive continues. 2nd and goal after a sack. Rudolph back to pass. Pressure incoming. Fires to the end zone. It's inaccurate, and it's intercepted. Stephon Bledsoe, the first-round pick by the Chiefs, comes away with that one. He had a great drive there. As it's Kansas City football. Here's the throw to the right side of the field and some yards after the catch for the Chiefs. They're trying to get in field goal range to put this one away and make it a 9-point game. A big 3rd down. Play action for Barkley, and Raphael Crosby meets him in the backfield. It's a sack for the 3rd-string strong safety, as that will get the Jets the ball back. 4 minutes to go, and another quarterback change. Undrafted rookie Edward Arnold over the middle. He's got Doxson inside of plus territory. A 22-yard gain. And now big 3rd down. We're inside 2 minutes here. We're in 4-down territory, but Balazs doesn't need 4 downs. He'll carry that one for a gain of 10 and set up the Jets inside scoring range here. Clock inside a minute. New York with all 3 timeouts. Hand off to Balazs. He goes up the middle, runs over a man, and is down at the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal inside 20 seconds now. Jets have all 3 timeouts. Firing to the outside is Arnold. He's got Hogan with the touchdown. What a drive for Edward Arnold. 3 of 3 with the game-winning score pending the extra point. And Greg Deleg doesn't miss. So the game coming down to this final play here. 4 seconds on the clock. Matt Barkley with one of the weakest arms in the league right now. He'll throw to the outside, and that will do it. The tackle made out of bounds, but after the clock ran out. So a 2-2 record for this football team is really impressive considering they only won 1 game last year. There have been pretty obvious signs of improvement. The offensive line and the pass rush are definitely improved. Eric Armstead offers so much to this team, not only in the pass game, but also in the run game. That pairing him with Quinnen Williams and James Delgado is going to make for some real headaches for opposing offenses. Our offense still isn't moving the ball as consistently as I'd like, but the offensive line play has definitely improved. I wasn't taking as many sacks as last year. People were getting open down the field, and we actually had a run game when we needed it. Willie Sparks was effective in all of his games, and it seemed like every time he touched a football that something good was going to happen. He rarely got hit behind the line of scrimmage, which is great, and he was usually good for making somebody miss and not going down at first contact. Here are the stats for the preseason. Mason Rudolph got to play in 5 games, I think. 4 with the computer and 1 with us, because they always cut their guys before your final preseason game. So I signed him and a couple other people to get some playing time in the final game. And I honestly think Rudolph is going to be our quarterback too going forward. LaMarcus Albert has plenty of upside, but he's not consistent at all in this point in his career. And even though Rudolph is not a great passer, he's a lot more accurate at all levels than Albert. So for now, I think Rudolph would give us a better chance to win if Darnold gets hurt. Our offensive line played significantly better this preseason than they did last year. Colton Mikovits looks to be an excellent signing. He didn't allow a sack, and a lot of our run plays were successful because of the blocking as well. Willie Sparks and Le'Veon Bell and Boston Scott, all of our running backs had room to run behind both the starting and the backup offensive line. So it'll be interesting to see how that works in the season, if we're able to keep that momentum going forward, and what our running or passing game is going to look like. There's a couple of position battles I don't really think I've sorted out yet. One is the middle linebacker 2 next to CJ Mosley. I thought both Kel Kohler and Blake Cashman played great, and I'm honestly not sure which one to go in which situation. Kohler's a little bit better run stopper, and Cashman's a little bit better in pass coverage, but they both showcase the ability to make plays in both the run and the pass game. So let me know what you guys think and who should get the start at the beginning of the year. Obviously, Kohler's got more upside. He's got that hidden depth trait I'd love to cultivate. But at the same time, if you thought Cashman outplayed him, we should go with the better player because our defense is going to need it. That made Patrick Onwuasor expendable. We ship him off to the Saints for a 4th round pick in the 2021 draft. I also tried trading Chris Hogan because he's old. He's 32 years old and didn't have a team-friendly contract, and I couldn't even trade him for a 7th round pick, so he's still on the team. However, cornerback Brian Poole was expendable, and he didn't have a great preseason, so I traded him to the Vikings. There were better offers than the 5th and the 7th I got, but none that felt realistic. So here's the final roster. After all the cuts and all of the practice squad stealing that went on, we had like 3 players sign up our practice squad. People like Lawrence Cager, I really wanted to have room for on the roster, but just didn't at this point. So he's on our practice squad. You'll see that in a minute. I thought he earned himself a roster slot, and if someone gets hurt, he's going to be the first one I call up. There's also a couple other signings that I made once final cuts happened. You'll notice we only have 3 middle linebackers on the roster. That'll be interesting. I hope none of them get hurt, but there's some depth out there if we need to go get it. We also only have 5 cornerbacks, but that's because free safety Xavier McKinney, who I signed, he's 74 overall, he's 21 years old, and he's got a cornerback skill set at the safety position. 75 zone, 77 man, so he's going to be our 6th cornerback while kind of playing that 3rd safety role for us. I think he's a better pass coverage safety than Ashton Davis. So we've got a pretty good roster, I think. Obviously, it's not without his weaknesses, and a lot will have to do with how well and how consistently we're able to play. So I'm guessing it'll be another kind of a tougher year because we've got a few years left before we're really competitive, but the building blocks are there. We kick off our season against the Arizona Cardinals, and this is an offense and a defense that's really going to give us some trouble. Chandler Jones leads that defense that includes Patrick Peterson, Budda Baker, Isaiah Simmons, and on the offensive side of the ball, it's Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and rookie wide receiver Lenzel Bowers. So that's all for this preseason highlight video. Thank you so much for watching. Week 1 will be out in a couple days. I will see you then.